Hey everybody, Carla Silver here. We are in module number 4, how to build relationships and can build and nurture those relationships and convert them to customers and or team builders. Okay, so just to remind you, this is where we're going to start in this module of our 4-step no selling sales system. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you want to remind yourself is that you've already positioned yourself as that trusted authority, provided, of course, that your connection has accepted your lead magnet and has now been on your list for sure. Just remind yourself that people don't buy your opportunity. They buy from and join people they know, like, and trust, right? Know, like, and trust. So your whole job, once they're on their list, is to open up, give them information that they value. Obviously, we went over that in the last module, but to let them get to know you. So the easiest way to do that is just giving value. That can take so many forms. It could be a picture of you and your family, right? It could be that simple. Education, tools, tips. The company that you were with has lots of information, your category you're in. I don't care what you do, whether you do essential oils or you're in technology or you're in weight loss, health, anti-aging, face creams, shampoo. I don't care what it is. uh, there is tons and tons of information that is applicable to what you do that is interesting to your prospects. So just continue giving value. And the most important thing is just not to lead with your opportunity or your company or your product, right? Don't be that salesy weirdo that everybody gets turned off by, right? It's like standing in a bar. You know, you're in a bar with a bunch of friends and you're a girl. Let's say you're a girl. I know there's guys listening to me, but you're a girl. And it's like having some guy come up to you and saying, hey, do you want to go home with me? Or do you want to get married or something like that? That's just, it's so off-putting and people feel like you're trying to sell them. So just keep giving value and then lead your prospect to your offer. And typically, it takes 3 or 4 emails before you lead into an offer, right? But you can do it quicker. It just depends on how elegantly you do that. Another way to build yourself as a trusted authority is to join relevant groups. I showed you how to do that back in module 2, and just contribute. Share articles, tips, experiences. It doesn't even have to be your own stuff. And I'll give you a quick example. Okay, so here we are on just a fresh screen, a fresh browser. And the other day I said I didn't have anything I didn't have anything in me. So I decided that I was just going to search for an article on network marketing. So I searched on Google and then I hit news. And then this was the same article that I shared. So I took this article, I wrote something about it, and then I posted it on LinkedIn. So I just went to my profile on LinkedIn, and here is the link to the article that I posted. So all I did was I wrote 3 sentences. That's all I did. And then I posted a link to that article in the Sydney Morning Herald. That's all I did. I think it was the Sydney Morning Herald. Anyway, I wrote 3 sentences, I put a link to the article, and that was it. And I hope I provided value to somebody, right? Maybe I got somebody thinking. I haven't looked at how many views I got on this, but that is a brain dead way just to begin. If you find things that are thought-provoking, interesting to you, it's probably going to be interesting to your prospect as well. And of course, another way is to join groups. And I just Googled, and I searched on LinkedIn anti-aging, and I found a ton of health anti-aging health groups, American Academy of Anti-Aging. There's 486 groups that are associated, and probably tens and tens and maybe hundreds of thousands of people that are interested in anti-aging. In this particular example, I searched on weight loss, right? And there's almost 1,700 different groups that are weight loss groups. So there's no end of places where you can give value. Now, again, you want to manage your time, right? I only post maybe once or twice a week, but because a little bit of effort over time provides amazing responses. So that's how you begin to build and nurture relationships and continue to establish yourself as an authority on LinkedIn. So now let's talk about converting your prospect to cash. Again, we're right here on the last step of the four-step no selling sales system. And I just want to go over this, because this is something I went over in my presentation. And sometimes people get confused about this and say, Carla, how is this a no selling sales system? So just to remind you, first of all, you selected your prospect and they raised their hand and said, yes, I would want to connect with you. And then your prospect said, yes, I want your gift, and you captured their information. And then they continued on your email list and you continued to follow up with them. That's important to be consistent in anything. If you want to lose weight, you got to be consistent. If you want to get in shape, you want to be consistent. You want to have good hair, you have to be consistent. You want to be a television aficionado, you have to watch television. I wouldn't recommend that, but you know what I mean. The consistency is everything. So you continue to nurture that relationship. And finally, depending on your company, because every company will teach you how to get the word out about your business. Now, for you guys that are members of my Top Producer Academy or any of my other courses, etc., you all know that I'm a big fan of automation. So and as a matter of fact, anybody that is in the LinkedIn leads machine, most of that process is all automated, right? So for my business, that my prospects are sent straight to a business overview where they can get all the information, and then they fill out an application to work with me, and I get the application in my email, and I call them up and close them, right? But it could be anything. Maybe you're with a company that doesn't have, for example, I hope that isn't true, but maybe they don't have a business overview. Well, you could, a recorded video business overview or live business overviews. Maybe you send them a link to your calendar where they can book a complimentary strategy session. Or maybe you just call them up on the phone, right? That's what I did for the first at least 10 years that I was in direct sales network marketing. I just called my prospects and I prospected them. Maybe it's a point where it's logical that they get a link to your store, right? You know your business, you know what's appropriate. At that point, you're just going to lead your perfect prospect to what they want already, because your prospect have said yes along the way so many times that it doesn't feel salesy at all to you, and it doesn't feel salesy at all to them. This is truly rejection-free recruiting. The people that are looking to connect with you, they want you, and the converting to cash becomes really, really easy because they've raised their hands so many times saying, yes, 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 I'm looking for that. So thus ends Module 4. I will see you in the very, very, very quick Module 5, where I explain how I get this done in so little time every single day. See you there.